Today we are going to see different types of variables in SAP ABAP. So let me tell you, there are multiple types of variable. For example, one, there are some kind of standard variables. We can use them for specific purpose. And another type is local type of variables that we actually declare in the program. Okay, for this we can say introduced by SAP, and these are declared locally by a mapper. So these are two different type of variables. Now let's see standard variables. For example, there is one structure SY. SY basically a standard structure given by SAP. It has some standard values. For example, SY datum. Datum is the current date. So SY is a structure who have multiple fields. Structure is basically work like a table, but at the runtime, as we are working in a program, so this structure will hold the data during execution of the program. Otherwise, it doesn't have any kind of data. Okay, so let's suppose if we say write current date is, and then we display SY data. Let's activate the program. Run this, and now you can see the current date is, now you can see the today's date 8/6/2026. And similarly we can have the time field is UZEIT. Same is the user, current login user, that is actually a current date, and this is actually current time, and this is logged in user. Okay, so let's activate again, and then we see the current date is this, current time is this, and current user is this. So this is actually standard variables, standard values that are actually introduced by SAP. And let's see how we can define a variable, which we have already seen in the last lecture, that was related to data elements. So using the data statement, we can declare local variable. Let's see, type datum, we can say, check the errors. So datum is basically a standard data element. It means date, 8 characters date. It's a standard variable, standard data types. So if we display this variable lv underscore cdate, okay, and let's see, you can see there is no any date in this variable because it's a simple type. I can say directly like this, I swear datum, it will still activate, but same, there will not be any value. What's the difference between this? This is a structure having value at the runtime. We directly giving it as a output display, but here we are using as a type, so it will not give any value to this. If we want to give directly pre-assigned value, we can say value sy data. So we are giving pre-assigned value actually. Okay, okay, we can assign this in a constant value, constant variable, then we can assign this. Otherwise, if we have to assign the value, to this variable, then we will simply say move sy datum to lv cdate. So what will happen, that current date that it's in this variable will be assigned to lv date, or we can say like this: lv cdate is equal to sy datum. What's the difference between these? Actually, when we use move statement, it don't check the type. Sometime this variable we are giving value to another variable. Both variable can have different types. Like this variable can have C8 means 8 characters, but sy datum have the type date. So using move statement, it will not validate the type of variable. It will directly assign the value to this variable. By using this equal, it will always check the type. If the type is different, it will throw the error. So that's why mostly we can use the move statement. Now you can see this variable have a value 862026. So we can use both of these statements if we want. Secondly, we came to know the standard variables and the local variables. Okay, let's come to some kind of calculations we will do. We will assign some variables and we will do some kind of calculations. For example, let's see first the character variables, type C actually. So data statement we have to use, and for example, if we want to show any kind of report output, we take as an example. So we will declare three variables. Let's suppose gv title, type C, length 5. I can declare like this, and there is one another way to declare the character type value. For example, gv first name, I can declare like this. This is also the character type with the length of 25. So there are two ways to define a character type value. Okay. Also, I can give the type specifically if I want to give. No issues with this. gv second name. Okay, same I can give 25. So I am writing in all three ways. Let's suppose uh, move say my into gv title. Now one thing you will see that here are total for 6 characters. So gv title is of 5 characters. As we can see, the type doesn't matches because it's 6 character and 5, but move statement will move first 5 characters to this variable. Next, let's suppose the first name here, the second name here. Okay, all right. gv title, gv first name GV, second name. Let's activate this and see the output. Now you can see my in. It actually rejected the sixth character T because the variable where we were moving the value, it was of 5 characters, and the value we have in it has 6 characters. That's why the only 5 characters are moved to the another variable. So move statement did this, and after that Muhammad Uzair. This is the another true variable. So this is one type we see of character type. This is how we can define a character type value. And now let's see the integer type value. For example, GV salary. So we will give the type as I, as we are going to define integer, and GV type, let's suppose bonus, and type is I, and one more we can use for the total, type I, and the one more for we can use the decimal value if we want to introduce the decimal value, for example. So we can use total deci, type p. P means the packed variables. Packed variables in SAP are basically decimal type values. So we are giving it as a float value with the decimal ranges up to 3 characters. Okay, so let's suppose GV salary is equal to, let's suppose 125 as it's a character value, and GV underscore bonus is equal to, let's suppose 100, and GV total is equal to GV salary plus GV bonus. So the total will be like this. Also, we can say GV total deci is equal to GV underscore salary plus GV underscore bonus. So check the errors as there are no errors. So let's see the output, right? GV total, and same we'll write here GV total in decimals. Let's comment these lines as we don't need to see in the output. So now you can see the total in the integer value is 225 and in the decimal value is 225.000, as we defined a packed variable with the 3 decimals. If we define it as a 2, we can decide that after point there will be 2 variables. So like this we can calculate the values using the different type of variables. So this is it in this lecture. We have seen that how we can declare multiple types of variables. So there are multiple types like characters, integers, float, packed, and like datum, like times, and these are multiple type of variables, basically types of data elements, so we can use them. Thank you very much, guys.